Republic Act No. 11,058. An act strengthening compliance with occupational safety and health standards and providing penalties for violations. Declaration of Policy. Created the affirmed by the state to all Filipino workers to provide efficient protection in their workplace. Ensuring the employers prepare the right health and safety protection for all workers as per the state policy. The head of the state gives this policy under the administration of the Secretary of Labor and Employment. The Secretary of Labor shall provide an appropriate standard for the implementation of this law as to safety and health based on the number of employees, the nature of operations, and the risk or hazard involved. Ensuring that all health and safety requirements outlined in this policy are followed and delivered to all Filipino workers. To provide the employer in their respective establishments covered by this RA 11,058 with the following, but not limited to: provide necessary health and safety training according to the nature of work of the employees. Provide PPE to all. Provision of occupational health personnel such as nurses, dentists, or physicians in their establishment. OSH standards ensure to implement and followed by the employees and employers. The Safety and Health Committee and officers should ensure that the monitoring is available and that the correct, standard implementation has been followed. Safety audits shall provide to ensure the regular and critical examination of the project site, safety programs, records, and management performance, ensuring that the establishment has been updated. Safety signage, safety instruction, and safety information should be ensured that they are given or provided to all for proper guidelines and avoidance of any hazardous incident that may lead to death, illness, or physical harm to workers. All employees, employer, and other people involved in the project or establishment shall have their duties and responsibilities likewise. Therefore, they should give complete job instruction orientation to all from entering the job, including all the necessary information to minimize or eliminate potential hazards. Shall participate in all training required in compliance with the OSH standard. The workers should also know their rights concerning their safety work. The DOL shall test all PPE. Safety with the use of equipment. Ensure the employers, contractor and subcontractor complies the requirements as per DOL requirements. An adequate supply of safe drinking water for the workers and good sanitary washing facilities, separate for the men and women workers as may be applicable. The Secretary of Labor and Employment has the right to issue a stoppage of operation of any unit of an establishment's department where non-compliance with this law occurs. Any employer, contractor, or subcontractor failure or refusal to follow the OSH standard shall be liable for administrative fine not exceeding 100,000 Philippine pesos per day until the violation has been corrected. This penalty will be imposed during the time workers face a risk of death, severe injury, or serious illness. Repeated obstruction and delay or refusal of providing required documents, report as OSH imposed, of required to submit shall the Secretary of Labor and Employment to lead for termination of employment. The collected fines from the violator establishment will use for the operation of those required occupational safety and healthy training, including educational, occupational safety and health programs. In all workplaces, establishments, the Secretary of Labor shall maintain an updated labor inspection and monitor the employment agencies using computer-generated data to gather all the requirements and monitor enforcement according to this law. MSEs, micro and small enterprises, are likewise obliged by the DOL to comply with all the requirements per OSH standards and according to this law. The DOL has similarly established mechanism for coordination with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Energy, Department of Transportation, Department of Agriculture, Department of Trade, DPWH, Local Government, DOE, Department of Information and Communication Technology, PEZA and all government agencies including local government unit to work jointly for these program requirements to be implemented to prevent or eliminate the incidence of sickness, injury or death. The Secretary of Labor and Employment, in coordination with all agencies concerned, shall formulate the rules and regulations within 90 days after the effectivity of this Act. Approval of this Act. The 17th of August 2018. Signed by the State President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.